Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is world champion auctioneer Charly Cummings. Charly, thanks for being on this morning.
You bet. It's great to be here. Man, what beautiful weather we're having out here today.
Well, we were just getting a little bit of a history lesson, or a geography lesson, I guess. We are sitting in front of the Missouri River. And when we flew in yesterday, it was amazing to see the river kind of out of its banks and how much water there is out here.
It's been unbelievable. And driving up yesterday, we had to take a detour. You know, I-29 is closed, and it's unbelievable the amount of water that's here and move through here. And, you know, we continue to keep Nebraska and Iowa and parts of Missouri and this country in our thoughts, and the amount of water that they've had to deal with. But as we look at this flying by us this morning, it's kind of beautiful.
No, it's very pretty, and we got a nice breeze out here. It's June. It's a little chilly, but being from Texas, I'm not going to complain about being a little chilly in June because I know that the heat is coming.
It will be here. It will be here, and even at home, you know, the weather's just been phenomenal, and we're ready for a little sunshine, a little heat, make that grass go ahead and take off.
Well, you know, talking about the water and the river and you know, everything that's affecting the market today, let's get right into it and talk about what can we expect from today's market.
You know, I'm excited about today. We look back 2 weeks, or 2 weeks ago when we had our sale and even our website sale, and this CME's been pretty hilly and pretty rocky and up and down. But I think we found a spot in here where we found the low in this thing, and there can be some upbringing in it, I believe, and feel like that we can see this thing steady off here and be pretty good on the yearlings and the feeder cattle. And I think we're going to continue to see demand for the calves as we go into the summer runs and go into this fall. With that being said, and then we see the crop report yesterday come out, and that puts a little bullish back in the market on the corn side of things. So I think it's a good time to be looking about getting hedged on the corn side if we're looking at feeding those cattle and getting after that, as well as these feeder cattle. We might see a little spike up in it just because I don't think the numbers are there, in my opinion.
Well, there's lots to talk about in the market. There's lots of different things affecting the market right now, as you were just talking about. But one of the things that always remains the same is Corn Belt is kind of the first test of that market, and the eyes are always on Corn Belt and what happens here. You're
100% right. Talking to several customers on the way up and throughout the last 2 weeks, and kind of talking about grass cattle and 90-day grass cattle and when to deliver them, and talking about fall calves and things of that sort. And let's see how the Corn Belt is. Let's see how the Corn Belt is, and that gets things started right here after Mother's Day and going into Father's Day, and it's time to start thinking about getting them marketed. And Corn Belt's a great place to do it, and we'll see that today, and then even as we go forward into Tallgrass and Billings.
Well, and talking about here at Corn Belt, obviously the consignment deadline's already passed for that, but you and I always have to get right down to business. We have lots of consignment deadlines coming up this week.
We do have tons and tons of consignment deadlines from the Tallgrass deadline. That offering to be next week, and that consignment deadline will be June 17th on Monday, and then we're going to have Billings coming up, and the deadline for that's going to be the 26th and 7th, and the deadline for that is going to be the 14th.
That's right. And then the 15th is also the consignment deadline for Week in the Rockies. So, it's really important to stay in touch with your representative and to watch the website.
Exactly. Yeah, the Week in the Rockies deadline always does sneak up on us. That's a great big offering that we'll have in Loveland this year in the Week in the Rockies. So we're looking forward to that. But June 15th will be the deadline for that. So get a hold of your rep and get them consigned early, and now's the time.
That's right. That's right. Well, I appreciate you being here. It's nice to be out here in the breeze and in the wind and fighting the wind this morning. But I appreciate you being on, Charly. We're looking forward to today's offering. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have Superior Livestock Representative Clint Berry.